You ever wanted to see the rules of Clue and Dungeons and Dragons and mush them together? Well, that's what we did for this episode of Dragon Games. This was a charity live stream that we did recently for Game On to End Lupus, which all the proceeds went to the Lupus Foundation of America. Links to be able to donate will be in the description down below. Full credits, this actually was inspired by a rule set created by the YouTuber Deficient Master, link to his channel, and the rule set in the video that he did on his channel that basically helped me to create my own little homebrew version of his rules. A link will be in the description down below. Also, this is the gameplay portion of the actual live stream. If you want to check out the full version, which includes our good friend 8BitD, who was hosting this live stream, talking to chat, handling all the donation incentives, you'll be able to check out the full unedited version, the almost 6-hour version of this stream, link in the description down below. Also, make sure to follow all the players. Links to them will be in the description as well. All right, let's jump into Dragon Games Goes Clue. As you approach a very large, dark manor, you have entered into the body estate. As you come closer to the house, you can hear thunder crack off in the distance. And you also hear the sound of a wolf off somewhere in the forest. Can't tell if it's close by or far away. Now, here's a question that I have for the group. Who among you do you think prefers to attend a dinner party early? All right, we have Professor Plum. So, Professor Plum, you arrive at the front door, and you ring the doorbell, and a very old, short dwarf of a man in a black suit and black tie, with a monocle on one eye and a long sort of white mustache that droops down his past his lips, greets you at the door. Oh, hello. Welcome to the body residence. Professor Plum, I presume.
Yes, you have that correct. May I ask, is this the, what was the estate name again? I received this letter.
This is the body estate, and yes,
The body estate.
Yes, you have received that letter. Very, very, very good. And welcome, and we appreciate you. You are a little early, so if you don't mind following me, do not touch anything. Do not enter any other room, but just follow me, please.
Fantastic. Could you take this, please?
Absolutely. And he grabs your jacket and hangs it over his very sturdy arm, and he leads you downstairs. Down a bit of a darkened hallway. He lights sconces along the hallway to give illumination. And you enter into a very large but comfortable wine cellar. There are barrels upon barrels of wine and whiskey down here. There is a large fireplace that is going. There are several large leather couches and leather chairs. And you can hear a little bit of music playing off somewhere in the room. You're the first one to arrive. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Am I to presume that I'm the first one, which means I have full take of the wine cellar?
Absolutely. We have a wine bar over off to the side. Or if you prefer a whiskey or a more stronger beverage, we have that over here. It points to both carts that are in the corner.
Fantastic. I'll help myself. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I shall go attend to the door. And he leads you off to the room. Is there anything you'd like to do while you're by yourself?
I just kind of take a look around, and I just decide to take a look around the room, see what all fineness of this establishment is. Otherwise, there's not really too much for me to do. I'm kind of just gonna take a look around and then slump down onto the couch, waiting for anybody else to arrive.
All right. I will say that basically as you look around the room, you do notice and you do recognize, One of the things that intrigued you of attending this dinner party is the name of Mr. Body. Mr. Body is known within the region as being one of the richest, if not the absolute richest person in this realm. So any chance to be able to hobnob with someone of this stature is definitely something that piques your interest. And then we kind of go.
Rub them elbows.
Love that, rubbing elbows, 100%. And we kind of follow the butler upstairs to the door as the doorbell is rung. Who else would have wanted to arrive next? Colonel Mustard? Yeah, okay. All right, so the door opens, and the butler greets you as well. He's, yes, Colonel Mustard. Welcome to the Body Estate. Welcome to Body Manor. Can I take your jacket?
Sure.
Okay. And
That'll be lovely.
he grabs your jacket and holds it over his arm. And please follow me. Do not touch anything, and do not enter into any room on the premises. And he escorts you down and leads you to the same wine cellar where Professor Plum is currently residing. And he says, I shall leave you to it. I have other duties to attend. And you both are currently in the room together.
Hello there. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Oh, my apologies. So, were you also summoned here by letter?
I was, but also I am the colonel, so it would make sense for me to be invited to something like this.
Oh, a colonel. Well, allow me. My manners. Where are they? My name is Professor Plum.
Hello, I'm Colonel Mustard. Nice to make your acquaintance. Are you here by letter?
Yes, I was summoned as well, and I believe I've heard of your name, but I believe this is the first time we're meeting.
Oh, yes, it is, and it's quite an honor. Thanks for noticing. Yeah, anyways, have you had any wine? Should we partake? I know they said we couldn't touch anything, but did they say wine?
You
hear down the hallway, wine is totally permitted. You may touch anything there.
I've been sipping on a Faerun mule, so I assume anything in here is on the table, so to speak.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. My stomach's not feeling too well tonight, but I'm very excited to be here. Thanks. I'm just gonna go over here and smoke my pipe.
Sounds good.
As the awkward silence now continues to grow after that, who would be next arriving to the Body Manor?
I'll show up.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say I can roll for it if you want. I can totally work that too. But all right. So, and you ring the doorbell. The rain is just starting to mist as you've entered, and so not to the point where it is completely wet your hair or your clothing, but the rain is definitely starting to come, and then you hear lightning. Or thunder and lightning off in the distance, and the door opens and you see the same butler dwarf. Hello, Dr. White. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Welcome to Body Manor. May I take your coat?
No, I came straight from surgery, so I think I'm going to be wearing this all evening.
Yes, if you don't mind. And he actually kind of like licks his thumb a little bit, and you have a little blood there, and he kind of like rubs a little bit of your collar that has a little bit of flesh blood.
Thank you. Yes, usually it repels it, but sometimes a little gets through.
That is totally fine. We have a clean household, so obviously we want to make sure that you look as presentable as possible. Welcome,
Thank you.
And please do not touch anything. Do not enter any rooms, but please follow me. And he leads you into the wine cellar where Professor Plum and Colonel Mustard are currently imbibing on some beverages.
You see me like jut back and forth between them, like my eyes are darting. And then I land on Professor Plum.
Look,
You look familiar.
Look what the Bogart dragged in. Are you stealing any accomplishments lately?
Remind me again who you are.
At this point, I'm just kind of astonished and insulted, and I just sip into
He's
my
a
meal.
professor,
I
by the
turn
way.
away,
He's a professor.
and I just
Oh, Professor Glum? Is that it?
You know what? Why don't you go and talk with Mr. Mustard over there? I think I'll.
Oh no,
nurse
I'm good
this-
actually. I'm good.
Oh, so they don't like you either. Well, you just find yourself a drink and find yourself a conversation outside.
I'm having a
of me.
year of sobriety. I will not be partaking this evening.
Well, I shall be starting my year of non-sobriety. Thank you very much.
I have a question actually for Dr. White. Would you have completely noticed the uncomfortableness in the room, or would this be completely oblivious to you?
Noticing, but very much deflecting.
Okay. All right, continue.
I would see Colonel Mustard. I kind of mosey over slowly to kind of get away from the professor.
Actually,
how are you feeling?
while we do that, actually, Colonel Mustard, why don't you roll a D10 for me?
Mm-hmm. It's a 3.
It's a 3. You both, Professor Plum and Dr. White, you all of a sudden see Colonel Mustard literally just standing there, immediately fall asleep. Just immediately fall asleep, right where they stand.
And then you see Dr. White pull out a pad from a pocket, and then with like a quill start writing something down. It starts snapping in front of Colonel Mustard's face.
Colonel Mustard, you
hello?
have no idea that this is happening. You're just completely fast asleep, and I mean, if you want to be dreaming or having a nightmare right now, you absolutely could.
Well, looks like a little nap time. And I'm gonna meander over to the wall of wine and just look at the different kinds of wine while glancing over my shoulder at Colonel Mustard and occasionally writing something down.
I'm gonna go over to Colonel Mustard and kind of like shake their shoulder, just like.
Actually, Colonel Mustard, actually, why don't you roll a wisdom saving throw for me, just to see if that will jostle you awake.
Lovely. Yeah, I'll do that. Well, okay, we're using a new thing. Everyone, please help me. Okay, normal, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So basically, you just you roll a
Did it go?
d20 and then you add your.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Yeah. A 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
Yeah.
you don't wake up at all. Nothing's happening. Nothing. You're out. You're out cold. Absolutely out cold. While standing
First
up,
roll
which
of
is
the night, that's looking promising.
all right. So while that happens, we cut to the butler basically goes to the door. By the way, the butler's name is Mr. Timothy, and Mr. Timothy goes to the door. Who should be next to arrive, or who would like to arrive next?
I want to try and be last if I can.
Okay. All right.
I'm here to roll for it.
All right, let's roll for it. Okay. Robert, or Peacock, you are 1. Green, you are 2. And Scarlett, you are 3. I'm going to roll a d4. Madame Peacock arrives at the door, and the rain is really starting to pour. But do you happen to have a small? I'm trying to think of what's the parasol? Do you happen to have a parasol with you to keep yourself from the rain?
I brought a summer parasol, but that's not going to do me any good right now, as it is going to be wilted in, much like my demeanor.
All right, so
and seeing no one here because you guys are off in a different place, right? You guys aren't in the room.
No, you're still at the door. So, Mr. Timothy opens up the door and says, "Madame Peacock, I am so sorry. Please come in from the cold. Welcome to Body Manor. May I take your coat?" And he snaps his finger, and you are now bone dry. Like the rain is gone from you, and just you are as comfortable as can be.
Timothy, I was told that the invite for this evening was to be 6 p.m. sharp.
I do apologize for my tardiness. I was tending to our other guests, but if you follow me, I can bring you to
Excuse me, is
yes.
someone snoring, Timothy? Is it gone that bad so quickly?
I have no comment on that. Will you follow me, please? Do not touch anything, and please do not enter into any rooms. And he basically kind of ignores your request and leads you down. Mostly just out of like not to embarrass anyone, but as he reaches down to you reach down to the wine cellar, you do see a Professor Plum, Dr. White, and Colonel Mustard like standing still and falling asleep. And actually, why don't you, Colonel Mustard, why don't you roll another wisdom saving throw for me?
Gosh dang it. Please help me. I just napped the whole time. And it'd be normal. It is something I would really do in real life. I rolled a 3.
Rolled a 3. Okay, you're still absolutely falling asleep. Madame Peacock has entered into the room.
I haven't seen that someone so sleepy since Burt Reynolds' last mixer. I'm gonna survey the room and look for beverages. What do I see, DM?
You see basically 2 carts. You see a wine cart with both Chardonnay as well as a nice Merlot, and then you see a cask.
I did not come here to drink Merlot, Timothy, nor some buttery Chardonnay. Do we have any champagne, please?
And as if on command, he pulls his arm from behind him as he had them crossed, and he actually produces a glass of Chardonnay specifically for you and hands it over to you.
I spit the buttery Chardonnay out. I said champagne.
Sorry,
Timothy.
I meant champagne. Because I want a Chardonnay. The DM, Steve Saylor, wants a Chardonnay.
I'm going to look towards whoever will give me eye contact first outside of Dr. White. It really is hard to find good help these days.
Oh, you can say that again.
I resemble that remark. And there's Mr. Timothy says down the hall.
Is someone going to wake him?
Believe me, we've tried. The doctor tried snapping at them.
Sometimes it's better not startle awake, you know? Hi, it's a pleasure to see you again.
The pleasure is all yours, sweetie. The pleasure is all yours. Well, Timothy, if I must be this early, I'll take 2 of what Colonel Mustard had.
Mr. Timothy kind of goes and literally grabs the drink right from Colonel Mustard's hand and hands it over to you. But if to take, if not, he will go and pour you another glass as well.
Madame Peacock will take it and cozy up to everyone else at the bar.
Perfect. And the doorbell rings, and Mr. Timothy exits the room and heads upstairs, and we see a hooded figure basically silhouette against the door as Mr. Timothy opens up the door, as lightning cracks just to illuminate the face of Mr. Green as he has arrived. Ah, yes, Mr. Green, in your formal attire, I see. Welcome to Body Manor. May I take your things?
Jeez, I'm late. Yes, here. Sorry I'm late. Is there, I'm ready to go. yeah, I apologize. I'm late. Yes. Here's the note that I received. Where do I go? What?
If you would please follow me. Please do not touch anything. Please do not enter into any rooms. Follow me. And he leads you downstairs to the wine cellar again. And as you enter, you see Professor Plum, Dr. White, Colonel Mustard napping on their feet, and Madame Peacock fanning herself as she drinks from her champagne.
Okay. As soon as Mr. Green was scanning the room and sees Professor Plum, he actually just kind of beelines to Professor Plum, but in a respectable manner. Actually, his head seems to be a little bit lowered. And as he approaches Professor Plum, he says, "Patron, I apologize. I'm late."
Please don't call me patron. Just Professor will do fine. Professor.
Yes, Professor. Yes.
It's okay. It's a work in progress. We'll get there. But I'm so elated to see you. How have you been? And thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Yes. I apologize. I'm late. Just the time has gotten up to me, and as you can see, like I tried to put on my makeup, and it just got everywhere, and I apologize. I'm sorry about this.
It's okay to start. Listen, that's why you're here. We're working on it, and over time you'll find that there will be improvement. But improvement doesn't happen overnight. So why don't we go ahead and ease your nerves with a drink?
Yes. Is there mead?
I motion over to the vast quantities of illustrious drinks.
Yeah, there actually is a large barrel right beside the whiskey and kind of the hard liquor cart, and it's literally just says Viking mead on the label. So you grab a giant tankard.
It's all yours.
Awesome. As Mr. Green approaches the barrel, he scans, sees everyone else, and kind of quietly raises his hand as a greeting and says, "Hi, Mr. Green. Hi, how's it going?" And then goes and grabs a cup and nervously starts sipping.
My word, I guess Dobby is a free elf.
I love you so damn much. This is great. And at this moment, why don't we have Colonel Mustard? Why don't you roll another wisdom saving throw? And because we will use a donation from chat, someone gave you advantage. So why don't you roll this at advantage?
I would like to wake up now. Thank you. I mean, listen, I'll sleep this whole game. I don't mind. Okay?
I would love to see that honestly happen. That'd be hilarious.
The 17. Okay, wait, no. Do I have to roll it twice?
Roll it twice and see what
And
happens.
Okay.
We'll take the highest.
Both of them. There was a 12
already rolled.
and a
It was 12 and 17. Okay, yeah, 17.
Yeah.
You awake with a start, and you are and you see yourself now in a room with several more people than you were when you all of a sudden fell asleep.
Oh. Hey.
Welcome back.
Oh. What happened?
And as soon as she says "welcome back," roll another d10.
Okay.
Well, damn, so much for that drink. And I'm going to pour out the
That's
Colonel
it.
Mustard drink that you gave the moment
It's a-
that Colonel Mustard wakes.
6. Okay. Somehow, Colonel, your clothes become really, really uncomfortable, and you start to itch like something fierce, like really, really bad itchiness.
Dr.
Yeah,
White
hey.
has the pad out again and is writing stuff down. Are you feeling all right?
Oh no, I'm like really itchy. Yeah, I'm
This
good
is-
though. I'm good. I'm fine.
I lower my voice so that hopefully only the Colonel hears me. Is this happening frequently?
Thought I've noticed. Yeah, it just started though.
Everyone roll a perception check for me real quick. Except for Dr. White and Colonel Mustard.
Oh, okay.
Because pretty much everyone is staring at you both.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Nope, that's not that one. Oops.
That's a 9.
That's a D20. 18.
18. Okay. As you're drinking your mead, you can actually hear this conversation. So please, Dr. Wade and Colonel Mustard, please continue.
Well, just let me know if it passes. I mean, you're
Yeah. I don't know. It's like only like when you're like you're around.
okay. Let me just and like I
Look
write
at
it
me.
down.
Look at me.
I'm
My hair
looking.
was not like this. My hair was not like this.
Listen, when you signed, when we made the agreement, you knew that you're going to
Well,
change the future and for
yeah, well,
yourself create something better.
Well, I didn't know we were gonna be twins.
We didn't. You were going to find out what the side effects are, and we're gonna figure it out.
Well, I'm
and
itchy. I'm itchy. What do we do? I
does
wanted to rip
sleeping
my clothes off.
happen a lot. Well, don't rip your clothes off. That would be very inappropriate at a party.
Well,
Oh,
the
honey, that's
reason-
the psoriasis. This isn't Jurassic Park.
Well, just keep me apprised and here. And I grab a drink and I walk over and I just pour a thing of mead and
I'm
put it
chugging that.
put it in Colonel Mustard's hand. This will take the edge off.
I'm chugging that.
You start to chug, and yeah, believe it or not, this meat is actually pretty damn strong. So it starts to, it's still itchy, but it's not as like bad as it was before.
All
Is
right.
that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And they
Oh.
say men are supposed to age gracefully.
Well, listen, I'm trying. Okay. Anyway, not gonna. Well, we won't talk about this. I'm fine.
Yes, Colonel. The Colonel's fine, and I'm a doctor. I can help in any situation. So
Yeah, you better.
I will. I mean, do no harm.
And as you're talking, Miss Scarlett, you have been hiding in the corner this entire time. Would you like to introduce yourself?
She doesn't say anything. She just walks up and pours herself a glass of red wine, the darkest, deepest red that she can possibly find, and just kind of nods to the room.
I am glaring at you.
She extra nods at you, like just an even slower, like acknowledging your stares.
Kind of look over and just notice, make a quick hand wave, and slowly begin to walk over. How was your travels in the rain?
Oh, is it raining?
It seemed to have been starting. I can hear a little bit on the outside right now. Did you
I
just
must-
get here?
I must have missed it. Yes.
And at that moment, you
Timothy.
hear a of lightning from outside.
Oh, it's
Timothy,
raining.
dear friend Timothy, let me in.
Timothy, that was the dwarf butler, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what's your name? My name is Professor Plum.
Miss Scarlett, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Professor of what?
Oh, just magics and other things. I do a wide variety, but also some medicine stuff of that nature.
Professor of everything, then?
Oh, I wish that would make the bills a lot more manageable. Unfortunately, teaching doesn't pay what it once did, and well, medicine is quite the field to get into.
You see Dr. White kind of staring daggers at Professor Plum as they're talking, but is also trying to avoid Scarlett's gaze, but just kind of like doing that eavesdrop thing where not like looking, but trying to not make it obvious.
And what about you, Miss Scarlett? What do you do?
Oh, many things. Jack of all trades, that sort of thing. Whatever job I can and whatever shoe fits.
You know what? Fair enough. Well, from one jack of some trades to a jack of all trades. A drink and a toast.
Cheers. And she puts it up to her lips, but it doesn't look like she takes an actual drink.
Okay. Okay.
Colonel Mustard hears her say, if the shoe fits, and again, he's just eyeing real hard.
Colonel, it's lovely to see you again.
Yeah, sure.
Same weave. I've got a couple people I haven't met before. Lovely fan, and what is that, a boa? Who am I
In
hearing?
Madame Peacock's mind, she just trifling says trollop.
Haven't gotten that one in a while.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have a condition. Sometimes the intrusive thoughts win. She extends a hand. In your name?
I thought you would have known it. You seem like someone who knows everything. With that fabulous getup.
With
What are you
age
drinking?
does
Champagne?
come experience, Sweet Pea, Madame Peacock. And whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Miss Scarlett. Very nice to meet you.
Scarlett.
I'm having
Madame Peacock is going to look over at her options at Colonel Mustard, Dobby.
That's legit my
And the
cat's
professor.
name. That's so freaky.
She's going to slam the champagne and walk past you straight over to Mr. Green.
But here's the smash as Mr. Green is, sipping and kind of just occupied, just startled on just hearing the noise and any other sudden noise that goes on. If you didn't hear earlier of the crash of lightning startling Mr. Green and letting out a little yelp.
I decide to walk over to Mr. Green and I place a strong but firm hand on their shoulder. And I just go, it's all right. One breath in, one breath out, just like we talked about, into the nose, out through the mouth.
Yes,
And
and
just-
one
Are you
sip
nervous?
in and one sip
Are
again.
you nervous? Are you nervous to be here?
I'm more nervous that I was late to this.
Ah, pish posh. Don't worry about it.
Mr. Green here is wonderful, wonderful individual, and one who I'm sure you'll get to know more throughout the night. At this, I turn to Mr. Green. I just say, remember, take things in stride. You don't have to talk to anybody you don't want to. And just remember, think one thought at a time. Don't try and throw it all at the people. All right? Just take things one step at a time and you'll be fine. It's okay. I'm here with you. And I'll make sure that you're not done dirty.
Yes, patron, professor.
Professor,
Yes.
thank you. All right. Now, as you were.
Hi, I'm Mr. Green. I like watching people and observing things. And then just kind of just quietly takes a sip, just all awkwardly, like, okay, why is everybody looking at me?
That's cool.
So, question for the group. Did we all get an invite?
Yes. I received a letter of summons to the body estate, which I believe is this.
Do any of you know this body?
I've never met
I know
them.
everyone. I know everyone.
Well, you didn't know me before this party.
That's just my memory.
So do you know body?
Actually, why does everyone make a history check for me?
Sorry.
So good. I was gonna I was not gonna lie.
Rip off.
You're fine. You're totally fine.
I got a 21.
Okay. Okay.
I swear to God,
Did you roll another one?
I rolled a 3.
Okay. Okay.
I rolled an
I hate
8.
this.
Okay. Did anyone get above a 15?
I did. I got a 21.
I reject my role. I am the history.
The long lost child.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll for that. I think DM needs to make a saving throw for that. Yeah. No, I roll a 4. I fail. Okay, yeah, you know everything. So both Dr. White and Madame Peacock, you actually know of Mr. Body. You have personally met him once or twice at several prestigious, high level, high society events. And the rest of you, basically, Mr. Body based on reputation and as being one of the wealthiest people in the region, but you have not met him in person.
Well, I guess while we're here, we might as well enjoy the wine cellar. And I know I'll certainly be taking quite a swig or two while we're here.
I think I need more mead. The
Would
itch,
you-
it's happening again, the itch thing.
Oh, what's happening? Do you have? Is there something wrong?
I'm the doctor. I'll take care of this. Okay?
Excuse me, I
Timothy?
studied medicine as well, Dr. White, as I'm sure you would be well aware.
And what was the specialty you do?
Well, actually, I was studying surgery and also herbal medicines in use in practical injury.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Someone just get me some mead. Seriously, I'm...
Let me just try this. And can I try to cast? Well, I don't know. It's a little excessive. Cure wounds on Colonel Mustard to see if it helps cure the itching.
I mean, yeah, you could.
Well, can't you just do your little, your little stuff?
Yeah, because I feel this extra urge to try to show off in front of Professor Plum a little bit.
What?
So
Why don't you make a medicine check for me?
okay. Oh no. I do this hand thing, and I'm trying to those little puffs of white smoke coming out of my fingers.
Yeah, that.
And oh, I'm scared.
Yes.
Oh,
I rolled a 5.
Roll a 5. Colonel Mush, you see basically Dr. White's trying to be able to examine you, tilting your head back and forth, trying to look in your ears, trying to look in your eyes, up your nose, and you're like, my itchiness is not in my nose. You're basically realizing this is not working. And you just right now the itchiness has started to come back, that you definitely you need some mead.
yeah, it's getting worse, Doc.
Yes, and it seems like the mead is working. So I turn back to fill up the mead mug and bring it back.
You can't fix this.
Before that, when I see Dr. White go over to grab the mead, I look over at Dr. White. I'm like, that's not how you would do that at all. Can I roll a medicine check?
Sure.
And do you know the medical history? Do you?
Listen, I don't need the medical history to know what's happening here.
Yeah, but
how many surgeries have
they're
you
my
done?
doctor. They're my doctor.
Yes.
Let's see.
Timothy,
All right.
get that man a succulent. We need some aloe vera now.
I rolled 11.
Yeah, you kind of you look them over, and alcohol seems to do the trick, so might as well go for that.
Sometimes.
The professor ordered one thing of mead, and I grab it out of Dr. White's
Now
hand
here's the
and give it to him.
here's the thing though. Madame Peacock, when you mentioned Mr. Timothy's name, you all start to realize that Timothy is not in the room. As a matter of fact, normally you've been hearing some kind of hustle and bustle throughout the entire manor. And other than the lightning from outside, it has gone eerily quiet. Other than the fireplace in this room is the only noise that is occurring in this room. And at this moment, from a corner of the room, you see a well-dressed man in his relative 50s and 60s. At least that's how he looks on the outside. And he steps into the light and says, "Welcome, everyone. Welcome to my manor. My name is Mr. Body. I welcome you to tonight for this party. I assume you've all taken your libations."
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes,
delicious.
I appreciate you answering my letter tonight, but I will be blunt, as I am off to be. Tonight, I am going to die. An unfortunate accident in my laboratory has rendered me terminal. Unfortunately, it will come at any given moment, so I have very little time to discuss tonight's event. I am a man of science and a man of magic, with a dabbling of the supernatural. I have been in search of this creature, name of Cludor, who is a demon from the underworld. Unfortunately, as I had tried to be able to summon him in my laboratory, Cludor made his presence known. I was able to suppress in the time that I had, but unfortunately, as of midnight tonight, my hold on this demon will end, and the seal on this manor preventing the demon from escaping will be broken, and it will unleash its full power and terror on the world. I have been researching this demon my entire life, but I have found a solution for this unfortunate event. I've been using my vast wealth and power to collect weapons that has been secretly hiding in this manor to defeat the demon.
I'll perk up.
In my research, there is a prophecy that someone will be able to kill Cludor with one of those weapons. I have narrowed my search down to 6 people who can wield these weapons, and that is you tonight. One of you is the prophesied one. And at that, he steps forward in front of the fireplace, and he says, "I am sorry for this unfortunate news tonight, but I appreciate you being here, and I hope you..." And immediately his chest starts to open up and tear from his skin and his bones as a creature with an ugly head and skulls appearing on, like poking out from its own skull, climbs out of Mr. Body and starts to peel off his own body, and just as if it was a sheet of paper, and tears it open, and you see standing before you a 7 to 8 feet tall monster with exposed ribs and skulls pushing out from underneath his skin, and he roars as you all escape the room and into unknown parts of Body Manor. And that is where we're going to take our break tonight.
Oh,
Wow.